Hi everyone, hope you're all doing great. Welcome back to another video. Just in case if you're listening to me for the first time, my name is Manoj and I'm a trend follower trading in the markets since 2009 and 10. In this video, I'm going to quickly discuss about the silver rally and what I'm expecting personally in terms of the silver price into the next 3 months, 6 months and 1 year. This is only my personal prediction which might go wrong most of the times. So don't take this as a buy call or sell call. You have to make your own analysis, or better yet, do some chart analysis and see where the supply and demand is actually moving around, and then you take a call based on that. There are several questions on what kind of silver contracts people can trade. Actually, I was posting some shorts on how I've been trading silver, and some of them were asking, sir, if I want to buy this, it requires 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs in margin. For example, if I click this, it requires 7.16 lakhs in margin. How I can buy? I'm a small investor. Remember, there are other silver contracts also. Silver micro is there, right? For example, if I take this silver micro and which is expiring April and June. So if I have to buy this June, it is going to cost only 1 lakh in terms of margin. Obviously, the profit margin will not be that much when you take the full lot. So this is what you see here is one lot is 30 kg. I have 18 lots at an average price of 165. If you convert that to dollar terms, that is $52, where I've been buying silver March future contracts full size. 18 into 30, I have 540 kgs of silver. Now in here there are other contracts also. I think micro is there, mini is there. Let us see. Okay, micro is there. If you take this, again this is going to cost further less. Let me put this April. Right, it is going to cost further less. This requires only 23,000 for you to buy one lot. So it depends on how much money you have. You can buy different lots, different sizes of silver in MCX. But I have the biggest one, which is 30 kg per lot. Okay, so this is on my position. What I'm expecting is what I'm going to discuss in this video. So watch the video from end to end. And if you like this video, please share with your friends. Ask them to subscribe to the channel. Give us your support. That will help the channel grow over time. Now here what I'm going to show you at least is the silver. Silver, this is the daily chart. What I'm actually showing you is the daily chart. I have been buying from this candle. What you need to understand is what you see here is I'm already at a loss of 40 lakhs. So I've made a couple of small mistakes during the previous leg. Let me show you that also. So reports, profit and loss. If you take futures and options for the last year, I've been very profitable. That is why I've stopped investing in cash stocks and all of that. So if you see, this is only futures and options, cash, futures and options. Okay. So the most money I lost during this period was in MCX. I lost about 96 lakhs and then I recovered it all. I'll leave the link in the description where I've given the full details of how actually I have lost and then I've recovered using only few stocks. Okay. So you can check that. So this is futures and options. If we go to commodity and then check the same thing, so you can see that in December I made a small mistake, December contract, and then I lost about 40 lakhs 40 lakhs of capital. In March also I have been at a loss of 1.2 lakhs, which is realized. Now the unrealized is 52, right? 52, which is here. So more or less altogether, if you ignore this figure, I am at a profit of 11 lakhs in trading futures for the entire year. Now what I am expecting from silver is what the question is. First thing you need to know is, as per the books, silver's existence is around 4,000 years, and this is the highest price that it is ever closed on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, on every time frame basis. And the other thing that you need to really catch hold of the point here is it closed on a weekend. So what generally happens when something closes on a very high price, it hits all time high and then it closes on a weekend, is most of the times news channels will start to cover, and if you see, some of the news channels have already started to talk about silver hitting all time high and then having a rally. So that indicates a big bullish signal. Before this, if we are talking about this candle, this is called as a cup and handle candle. So this was actually identified by someone called as William J. O'Neill, and the name of the book is there is a really good book. It actually talks about canceling. I forgot the name of the book. I read it several times. I forgot the name of the book. I think you can how to make money in stocks. Yeah, so this is the book, right? So this is the book that talks about CAMSLIM methodology, in which they discuss this pattern very specifically, the cup and saucer. You can read it online. So you will find that this is a cup, and then the volumes will dry off, and then there will be a big breakout. Breakout happened on the monthly close, which is very important. So that is why. And what will be the target as per the cup and handle pattern that is discovered by William O'Neill? Whatever this area is, like for example, this whole thing, this leg will be the actual price pattern of the next leg once it is broken, which means from here to here 62 will be hit once it breaks out. But then again, this is classical cup and handle pattern profit target. But what you need to understand in terms of the silver prices, silver has been like underperforming for probably about 50 years now, and that is why I'm expecting like more than 62. My personal target is like $100, but I don't know if it comes in like 3 months. If you see my this thing, the futures is like expiring on March first Thursday, I think. So before that, if I get like $100 in silver price, I'll make like few crores on this position. But let us see how it goes. But at least to me, it is not going to come down. Again, don't consider this as a buy call. You need to make your own analysis on top of the information provided in this video. The second important factor that indicates that silver might be due to a big rally is the gold and silver ratio. So gold and silver ratio is like breaking down, and it broke down something like 30-year support, right? So if you look at this, gold and silver ratio is nothing but how many dollars raise in gold to silver. Right now, if gold raises $74, silver is raising $1, is what like it literally means by 74.5. General average until 1950s gold to silver ratio was 17, and in 1960s, 17 and 80s it actually ballooned to 40. Never in the history gold to silver ratio has gone up to this much, touching 80s, 90s and 100s until COVID really picked up, and then you see it become a really normal case. Right now it has been breaking down, and you can see that silver is kind of picking up, and gold is like underperforming. You can just see here gold rallied 1.37% on Friday, whereas silver went up 6% non-stop. Every pullback was like literally firing up, new highs, hourly. I was just watching the chart, and my profits were like just going up few lakhs every 15 minutes. So that is when I know that I can make big amount of money by just holding on to this position for a few more months. Now the third important indicator that we are looking at is how this thing, right? SPX to silver. SPX is nothing but Standard & Poor Index to silver. Whenever this is again the same ratio, how much SPX is gaining against silver is raising. Whenever the AI bubble, which is going to burst sooner or later in the US, people are going to run towards metals, and the most underperformed metal in all the metals is silver. That is when silver is going to really explode. If this breaks down, we are going to come to 88, is where the next support zone is in terms of SPX and silver. Meaning SPX is going to go into a correction. When SPX SPX is nothing but it's like Nifty in India. SPX denotes US, Standard & Poor Index. Whenever it's going to fall down, people are going to run towards safe assets, most likely gold, silver, platinum, copper, aluminum, and all of that. Silver, being one of the most underrated assets, is going to perform really well. So this is the other indicator that states that silver is going to rally. Finally, what I'm going to talk about is the data is not here in the chart, but it's there with the Google. You can just Google and see. The physical silver is actually running out in supply. So the demand is increasing, whereas the silver physical supply is getting reduced day by day, and the most number of contracts, actually when I say contracts, is the ounces, is being actually today held by China. China is also letting the silver slowly go off. So sooner or later silver scarcity is going to be really the norm of the world, and that is when we are going to see the real price. At least for now, what I'm looking at is like 62, 65, 70. If the rally is strong, if there is something like the Huntman brothers squeeze, right, I'm gonna hold. So what happened really here is like there are two brothers, Huntman, we call it as Huntman squeeze, and what they have done is they have cornered the silver, and that is when silver went up from $5 to $50 in about 8 weeks. So anything can happen when the actual scarcity comes, when the squeeze comes, when the short covering has to come. It can literally jump like tens of percent in a day. So that is what I'm actually betting on. Again, it's in bull momentum. I have nothing to lose. I'll just hold it for a few months and then see how it actually looks before letting it go. The other important thing is, as in when, if it goes up, right? This is futures, meaning MTM, mark to market. Let's suppose if it rallies another 1000 points tomorrow, I'm just saying, right? If it rallies 1000 points tomorrow, 5.4 lakhs will be added from someone who sold me this contract to my account. Money is actually transferred from the counterparty to my account. So I'll have 5.4 more lakhs to do some options. What I'll do, I'll sell Nifty options. So this 47.76 is actually added on Friday, one day, right? So what you see here is literally added on one day after the silver rally. So I have 47 lakhs to do something I want in FNO. Either I will average down Keynes to the point that Keynes is bottomed and then it reverses, or else I have OFS is in my watch list which I can add, or I have Dixon which has fallen even after government has announced several incentives for companies that are operating in assembly. So I can add this also. So you will have a lot of options to do as and when this one line item goes up. So more money is going to get added into my account. I can use that money to even sell options in Nifty. So that is where my leverage and my options in Windows actually goes up. So that is why I'm being like very profitable in trading futures. With futures profits, I'm being like using it to trade other instruments, options, or even cash. Sometimes I do swing trading. Okay. So if you have been not trading futures until now, give it a try. You will see the difference. At least if you have like trading options and then you have lost a lot of money. Remember one thing, market will close at a point. Okay, market has closed at 26,200. All the calls above 26,200 goes to zero. All the puts below 26,200 is going to go to zero. Now, if you are a buyer, then you are not going to make any money because market ends at one point. With futures, it's not the case. Again, go to that video and see how I have actually lost money and then I have regained money. You will understand that futures is the way to actually get back the money. Okay, so give it a try, see how it works for you. If it's like profitable, there are several strategies, several tricks to make money. You can let us know to the mail ID that is listed in the comments. We will give you guidance on how to trade futures profitably based on our experience, based on our strategies, based on how we decide which stocks will be good to trade on a specific month. So all these things we'll provide so that you can actually give it a try. First, you have to try it for yourself and let us know. Come back to us. We will try to help you gain some, at least whatever you have lost in options, we'll try to help you gain some amount of money from the futures. Okay, so I'll wind up here. Hope you have enjoyed this video. I really do believe that this video is of some help to you in terms of futures, because I don't think many are talking about it in the YouTube video. Again, you're not going to lose in metals. So that is like we know it from our grandfathers, or like our ancestors, and even today the gold has rallied, silver is about to rally. Worst to worst, we might lose little amount of money if we buy at the high, but still on metals I've not seen anyone lose money. So that is also one of the confidence factor for me to have a big position. Alright, I'll wind up here. If you have enjoyed this video, again please share with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'll meet you all again. Thanks, bye bye, and take care.